Boy, where you been? It's TeeJay the Artist. You rockin' with me. You are the smartest. And we back with another video, man. We got the one James Harden fan versus 10 Harden haters. We're about to see what went on in this next part because we did part 1. You can go check out part 1. Part 2 is about to happen right now. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get into the video. Could you turn me up in the headphones a little bit? Here we go.
My next claim is that James Harden is the most influential player of the modern era.
James Harden is the most No, he isn't. No, he isn't. The most influential right now, Bron and Steph and KD. Bron, team play, make the right play. Steph Curry, shoot from half court. KD, why you think Wemby play the way that he do? Chet play the way that he do? All these long athletes shooting the rock because of KD, man. James Harden, I don't see anybody trying to play like James Harden. I'm sorry. That's what I think of it, like in influence. That's what I think of an influence. Like when you see certain people, you can automatically say, hey, this person is, you know what I'm saying? This is why this person plays like this. Reason I say Bron, team play, make the right play. A big guard. 6'9" guard. 6'8", 6'9" guard. Big guards. Every time there's any muscular big guard or whatever, they automatically say he playing kind of like LeBron-esque. Steph Curry shooting from half court. Why all these teams shooting threes right now? Because of them dang Warriors. KD, long athlete shooting. When we usually see 6'11", 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, however tall KD is, it's supposed to be in the paint area. KD like, nah, we outside with it. We in the mid-range facing up with it. It's because of KD. Now, we can go a little bit further back and find like Olajuwon and other players that face up, but we're talking about modern era. So KD, Steph, Bron. Sorry, James Harden, I can't do it. Hell, I can almost put Russ over James Harden, to be honest. A really athletic guard. We see a lot of athletic guards. Russell Westbrook. A lot of hey, I'm just, you know, let's see what he got to say.
I want to let you start first. How is James Harden the most influential player of the modern era?
Okay, remember what happened when he started shooting step back threes? What was the reaction?
You tell me.
Okay.
He traveled because it was a double step back.
Okay. The reaction was pretty virulent. They hated it. They thought it was a travel, right?
Oh.
So we had to finally explain to them how not only was it not a travel, it was legal, but it gives you another advantage to get that three-point shot off. People were losing their minds over this. Now, go to a high school game. How many times are you going to see a step back three taken?
How many times are you seeing threes taken in general? I mean, the step back is a very influential move. But when you look at what Steph Curry's done way before James,
he went to Steph Curry and he got on a Steph Curry jersey.
Harden even made the step back a popular thing. You got 6-year-olds. They don't even take layups. Don't try to take nothing else. They walk in the gym. They pulling it from half because of one man. He influenced he pioneered a generation of basketball that teams are still trying to replicate today in order to win championships.
Had a three-point shot been shot before Steph Curry got to the NBA?
It has been, but it hasn't been.
But not the amount of threes, bro. And are we about to say that James Harden created the step back? That's where he's going with it. Now, step back's been here. It's just the fact that he did a double step back.
At the volume that has been since Steph Curry got into the league.
Okay, but we've seen plenty of people shooting a three-point shot just like Steph Curry does. We didn't see anybody doing step back threes like James Harden. And I'm telling you, that's profound. But here's the biggest issue is that because people were vowing against it, they thought this was completely illegal. They shouldn't be allowed to do this. Not only do people don't say that anymore, they embraced it. It's like now the 8th graders are now shooting the step back three. The college rules have changed to allow a step back three. Like that's an incredible influence when you're changing the rules of the game. I don't think Steph had any rules changed.
He hasn't had any rules changed, but he's just changed the overall way that basketball is played.
So you now are saying that because there's no rule change, you don't think Steph is one of the most influential players?
He's changed team construction. He's changed how players play individually.
Facts.
He's changed just the overall culture of the game. He's pop culture and
by the way,
he's just changed the overall way that basketball.
Shout
is
out
he's
to
team construction. He's changed how players play individually.
Buddy, cause he commented on my video. I want to get your name right. It's in here. I gotta go to the. Just go to the. Bow, boy, where you been? There he is right there. J Roebuck 1. Shout out to J Roebuck 1. He commented on my video. Go follow. I gotta start watching some of your videos, bro. I didn't know that I thought you was all sports. I see some topics on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to buddy commenting on the video. I told him that, he's one of the better debaters on these shows, because a lot of people get on here and they don't know what they're talking about. But he come up there with his facts. He come up there straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? And I vote with that. So shout out to you, bro. All right.
He's changed just the overall culture of the game. He's pop culture in general. You look at rappers, Chef Curry. Does that every player wants to bring up Curry in their songs?
Did anybody say James Harden in the
Curry
song?
Posters. Everything is revolving around Steph. I understand James Harden he's made it a very popular move to step back, but it's that's all it's been.
Now let's get to the other part, because it's fouls. Right? When you change the rules of the game, that's reserved for very few people who have profound influence. We're talking about Wilt, we're talking about Mike, and we're talking about even Michael Jordan. When he changed the rule of how to pull up into a three-point shot, and they refused to give him free throws anymore for that. Again, another one of those examples of the impact of the game that.
But okay. But if they changed it so he can stop doing it, it's literally just him, though. Nobody else was really fishing for fouls the way that James was. And I don't think, I'm not going to say fishing, but he knew the rules and he was able to exploit those rules. And they changed it, but it wasn't good for the game, though. When things are influential, there's something that the fans like. I know a lot of people watch James Harden games when he was at the peak of his James Hardenness. People didn't even like watching him play sometimes because of what he was doing. Because it was slowing down the game. He was getting the foul. It was ball heavy right on. You know what I'm saying? He was ball heavy. 99% of the time, it was in his hands. We already knew what he was gonna do. Tween. Step back, and if you there, get you in the air, get the foul. Tween. Pump fake, go to the drive, swoop his hands through, get the foul. Eventually, people started guarding him. Watch this. This man, Ricky Rubio, had to guard James Harden. Why? I didn't know that was Facebook. He had to guard this man. Look how he's guarding him. He's guarding him behind because he doesn't want him to do this double step back. He doesn't want him to foul. He doesn't want to foul him, so he just does that. He guards behind him. Now, he actually got stopped. Look at that. He's guarding him behind. It almost felt like bad to watch the game. So when they changed the rule, they changed it to stop him from doing that. It wasn't like we're going to stop James from doing it and stop X, Y, and Z as well, because they also doing it. It was just James doing it, bro. It don't.
Most players do not get
that. Ain't it?
Steph Curry.
Well, we kind of talked about it, right? Steph Curry certainly has inspired a lot of people to take threes off the dribble, which is really important, and then deep threes. Has he really? Do we still see anybody else who played like Steph Curry in the NBA?
Trey?
No, we have not. Steph Curry is arguably the greatest point guard ever.
Trey, Dame. Well, but I think Dame started that logo 3 shit before Steph. Well, we don't know where the logo 3 started, because I think what's your boy name? It was a bald-headed cat from the 90s that was shooting from deep like that. But anyway, I got his face, but I can't say it. But ain't nobody really taking deep threes like that no more. But I feel like Trae Young was. They said that he was gonna be similar to Steph Dame was shooting logo threes, but let's see.
Stephen Curry was the first point guard, actually the first player in history to where they got to pick him up at 35 feet. Anytime he come up the court, you got to have an eye on him. James Harden wasn't doing that. I'm sorry. Stephen Curry changed the NBA. He changed the NBA. I'm going to tell you right now.
That's a fact.
The way he shoots, we probably will never see another player like it. He changed the league. The league was full of mid-range shots, getting to the line, slow pace. Steph Curry changed the pace. Everybody is moving fast. Everybody's shooting threes. When you look at the league today, you got guys who literally can only shoot. They're getting jobs in the league. That's it. Everybody growing up, they want to be Steph Curry. They want to shoot. And that just is what it is, man. James Harden, yeah, he got the step back threes, but what did that get him? You know what it got him? 14. He's 6-14 against Steph in the playoffs. That's where it got him. He's not doing anything in game sevens. Matter of fact, I can count maybe about 5 times he sold in the playoffs, sold his team with his step back three and foul baiting. Because you want to know why it doesn't work in game 6 and game 7? Because the refs ain't blowing a whistle. That's what happened. Steph Curry, he don't need them to blow the whistle because he's going to run around and he's going to knock down threes. He's going to pull up from 35 feet and knock down threes. Give me 40 in game 7, 50 in game 7. James Harden never done that, man.
Well, I mean,
he came out firing. He came out firing.
If we're talking about Steph and his influence, I mean, I'm not buying it if you're going to say he's the guy who got the pace of the NBA to go where it is now. I mean, they were doing that with the Phoenix Suns way earlier than that.
Not like...
See, you can say Phoenix Suns, but the Phoenix Suns ain't win with it. See, this the thing. NBA is a copycat league, right? NBA a copycat league. NFL is a copycat league. However you win, and you win in a new way, other teams are going to follow. So, when the Suns were doing it, they lost to Kobe and them. It wasn't, it worked regular season, but when they got to the playoffs, it ain't work like that. Steph and them boys won by the 3. Now everybody looking like, oh, we gotta shoot these threes. Then you get what you get right now. Look at them old the Celtics from these past couple years. They shooting 63s a game. These teams coming out here firing, bro. However you win, other teams are going to follow that. Now the Warriors don't look as hot. Now people are searching to see, all right, so what's next? They're looking at the Thunder right now. Thunder got a bunch of young cats. They are mature, very mature right now. To be as young as they are. So teams are a word. Watch how these teams start structuring everything. Look at the Pistons. The Spurs. They're overqualified right now. Look at the old heads all our old head teams is going up out of here. Kawhi and them boys. What they doing? Nothing. Lakers number 3 or number 4 right now. Cool. They got Luka though. That's different. That's different. A lot of the old head teams ain't, you know what I'm saying? You gotta it's switching. It's changing. Feel me? So yeah. You can say the Suns. You can say the Sacramento Kings when they had a fast pace with Chris Webber and them, but they didn't win like that. It's when you win, then teams start following. They're not gonna. They doing the Suns thing. No, they're not.
The game changed drastically when Curry started hitting his peak, and they were picking him up 35 feet.
But we're talking about like up and down pace. Like they wouldn't always be like, because by the way, the team that really was pushing that would be the Rockets with Harden. But I think the thing we're missing also is the passing, is the gravity he presents to the half court in terms of passing that Curry doesn't do.
His passing is influential. So what about Steve Nash? Was people saying, man, I want to pass like James Harden?
Yeah,
nobody
was saying that. Relax. James Harden passes look like, all right, I'm in trouble, so I'm gonna kick it out pass. That's what James Harden passing look like. And I don't want to sound like a hater, but I watched this man play. You didn't say, oh my God, look at the dime from no, look, James Harden drove to the basket, he threw a lob. Drove to the basket, I ain't getting his layup, kick it out. That's them assists, but they ain't like, oh, I see Buddy over there in the left corner, let me do a bounce pass across court. You know what I'm saying? No, bro.
Nobody was influenced by James Harden playmaking ability.
Nobody.
No.
I
mean, not even really his scoring, because we seen great scorers. We seen Kobe. We seen Mike. We seen even guys like Melo. We seen guys be able to score the basketball at a high level. But nobody is looking.
And James is great. I don't want to sound like a hater, but this is like this guy.
Everybody's looking at James Harden. Yeah, he had a good stretch.
I sound like a hater, bro.
Are you
Hey,
kidding?
man.
Wait.
Brother. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. I want to be like Harden.
Every
because,
time,
it's
Every time you see an ISO right now in the NBA and you're seeing tween cross, that's all James Harden. He's the guy that pioneered all those moves that we're seeing now in the delay game where he's.
Where did it get him? It didn't get him nowhere.
It got him the most influential
It got him
player.
bounced out in the.
The tween cross, I will give that to Kyrie before I give it to James, because James is more stationary with it, and then he'll do a step.
Playoffs every single year. It got him choking in game 7. It got him the most turnovers in a playoff game. That's where it got James Harden.
It got him. Everybody plays like him now, much more
lies
than Curry.
James Harden sold as the guy. He sold as a co-star the guy, and that's just what he does. James Harden sells the bag, and he's not influential, bro. I like to win. I don't want to be influenced by a loser, and that just is what it is.
Ooh.
So, if I'm gonna my claim here, I think Kevin
Another new person.
Durant and Paul George
Paul George. Oh, that's a pull.
more influential on
All right, you gotta explain Paul George.
James Harden on play style.
Paul George?
Yes. First of all, Paul George. You're not going to disrespect Paul George. Because one, he plays both sides of the ball. Paul George at his peak was an MVP candidate as well. All right. Well, I really don't want to focus on. I want to focus on Kevin Durant. But
okay.
Yeah, good call. He started to do Paul George. I'm gonna say this though. Paul George being kind of like the big guard that I was talking about with Bron. Paul George is one of those ball handlers. He's like 6'8", handling the ball, and some people actually would prefer to say that Paul George is their GOAT. Kind of crazy, but he said it. I think it was Brandon Miller that said it, because he's also around that same size. So Paul George got handles as a big, you know what I'm saying? Well, not as a big, but as a wing. And they're like, hey, I want to be like that guy.
in the growing up, a lot of college guys going to the league now, a lot of their play styles model Kevin Durant and Paul George. We talked about it. We have Steph Curry play styles. I don't see any James Harden play styles. Guys like Cooper Flagg, AJ DeBonta, even like all the rangy wing kind of players, they all kind of model over that Kevin Durant, Paul George side.
What's Kevin Durant's the main way of scoring these days?
Face up.
Jumpers.
From where?
Mid.
Range, three.
We don't see that. People aren't doing mid-range jumpers.
How are we not seeing that?
Very little. I mean, that everyone wants threes and shots on the rim. That's not an influential thing to me in my mind, especially because he's 7 feet tall and he's able to shoot over everybody. And most guys don't have that ability like he does. That's why.
All right. Let's check that one out. Top mid-range scores NBA. Let's see. So this is what they have here. So he said that they ain't really shooting like that, right? You already know DeMar DeRozan. He the mid-range assassin. Kevin Durant right there. SGA. Nikola Jokic, Jalen Brunson. These are mid-range guys. They got those guys there. Most mid-range made NBA season. Look at this. Shea, Nikola Jokic, Donovan, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Jamal Murray, Brandon Ingram, Jalen Johnson. So that's a lot. And then Kevin Durant down here at 22. But he's saying Cooper Flagg, a name that he mentioned, he's here. So he said they ain't shooting like that in the mid-range. Bruh. I'm looking at it right here. Looking at it right here. Yeah, yes, they is, bro. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Let's not do that. Now, I will say this. I think either last year or the year before, they weren't shooting mid-ranges at all. But I think the game is now changing because SGA, what I said, people copy. NBA is a copycat league. SGA, mid-range assassin. Now look, everybody shooting mid-range.
But special.
The two guys I just mentioned, we have a Cooper Flagg who's a 6'10" point guard basically at this point, so he could shoot over anybody that's going to guard him.
He's not really doing this money to mid range. It's not really.
I mean,
that's a lie. Just look
mid range.
He's more getting into the lane and doing the spin moves.
He don't shoot the mid range. Hooper don't shoot the mid range.
Yeah, but it's not like.
Oh yeah, I'm making sure. I know he definitely do.
But like again, you're talking about impact across the whole game. It's like you don't even point a couple of guys now. But the Paul George thing is really kind of a.
We can go. First of all, have you ever seen any other player with his own theme song?
Who? Who has his own theme song?
Paul George does.
He does?
Yes.
Okay, you do?
You want to sing it?
Paul George has on. I got to bring you up to that's the speed what's going on.
I know
all the
Paul
young
George.
kids.
I never heard that.
You go interview a bunch of young kids, Team USA. They're all saying Paul George is their best player. It's their favorite player.
So the theme song.
I haven't heard nobody say.
If he has a theme song, that's influential. I'll give you that. I guess.
I'm just saying, like that's the play style we're modeling. If we're going off of what's coming up in the upper generation, I think in more influential. I'm taking Paul George.
So we're
play style.
We're at the point about theme song is what the influential now.
It was just a good point. I just want to throw it in there. Like,
all right,
it was the point he was cooking. I had to throw it in there. But like, if we're just talking about, if we're talking about like just more influential play style, I'm taking Paul George and Kevin Durant over.
Listen, you know, I'll grant that people were coming like with Steph Curry stuff, but I'm telling you, when you watch these 7-year-olds shooting step back threes, that's all Harden, and especially when you see the other guys, like who are the guys who imitate Harden now in terms of the foul stuff? You know, Luka, SGA, that list goes on pretty well too. That is another one of those skills that you have to have that he's been influential. That Steph certainly didn't do for whatever reason.
I mean,
so he's giving foul baiting to SGA and Luka. I feel like Dwayne Wade was doing that. He would pump fake, he jump straight into you. I feel like there's other people that was already doing that, but okay, if you want to give James Harden the face of foul baiting, if you want to make that influential, then go right ahead.
At the end of the day, when
I don't think that's a good thing.
When James Harden gets his own theme song for highlights, then
all right, I'm gonna write one.
We can have that conversation.
All right. My next claim is Harden.
Oh, that was that one. Okay, so we're gonna stop that one right here. Most influential James Harden. I'm sorry I can't give it to him. Got to get that one to the haters, bro. I'm sorry. Like I said, Bron, Steph, KD. Everybody else falls under that for this modern era. I'm sorry. I've seen basketball a lot, and you can watch and you can say, "Oh, who's this Paolo Banchero guy? He kind of looked like Bron a little bit." Ben Simmons was first coming out. What they said? That gonna be the next LeBron. They said that about Zion. He gonna be the next LeBron. Steph Curry. Oh my God, he's shooting all these. God dang, who's this dude in college? Trae Young. He kind of look like Steph. KD. Oh my God, Cooper Flag. He models his game after Wemby. Oh, he modeled his game after. Nobody said, "Oh, that is next James Harden." You don't hear that. Like, I'm subscribed by that good stuff, man. Wait, let's see what the next claim is.
This 2018 season was the best season we've seen from a guard since Jordan's 88 season.
James Harden's 2018 season was the best season we've seen from a guard since Jordan's 1988 season. That's very specific. Because now you gotta cancel out every they probably gonna say it's basically finna be a Steph versus James Harden argument, because during 2018, so 2018 season is the best season, so we gotta go from 1989 up to 2017. So that's Kobe. Jordan is also in there. Oh, okay, bro. This is gonna be interesting. Stay tuned for the next one, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.